Good morning, students. So, welcome to one more session of personality development classes. In today's class, we'll be discussing about the different theories of personality. So, to start with, today we'll be talking about psychoanalytical theory, which has been proposed by a famous psychologist of early 19th century, that is Sigmund Freud. So, Sigmund Freud, this is a big, you can say, brief details about his personal life. He was born in 1856 in Czech Republic. He graduated from Vienna University as a medical faculty in 1881. In 1896, he was officially recognized as a psychologist. In 1900, he released a book named as Interpretation of Dreams. In 1939, he died in Hampstead. Now, what is psychoanalytical theory? Sigmund Freud suggests that human beings' personality reflects its unconscious mind. It has a set of philosophical oriented human nature. It is both a way of therapy and also a theory of personality. And that means that he first tried to read many minds and wrote a book, Interpretation of Dreams, and said that based on that, you can use it to cure patients with psychological problems, and also you can determine why people have a particular personality by using this theory. So his main emphasis was on the unconscious mind, means that mind which is there hidden, which we are unaware when we are staying awake, but it always keeps on pushing things within us. And that is the main cause of our behavior. Now, how is human nature? He says that, or he proposed that human nature is deterministic. So deterministic means as human beings, we are always concerned about gaining pleasure and avoiding all kinds of pain. Means by hook or by crook, I want to remain happy. I don't want to have trouble. Every good pleasure in this world, satisfaction, wealth should come in me. And this is the basic cause why all these evils, malpractices, unethical things go on in the society. So basically, human beings are deterministic. Means everything good, pleasure, I want it. Okay. Then second view of human nature is human beings as an energy system. So Sigmund Freud believed that there is an inner energy within us that motivates our unconscious mind, and that what we called it as id. Okay, so here all the aggression, sexual instincts, all that pleasure seeking principle is there in this unconscious mind. So that thing is coming from that part of our brain which is unconscious, and it is always thinking about personal pleasure and avoiding all pain in the world. So there is a human energy system. So our brain, a part of our brain instigates us or motivates us to do whatever we are doing. So this part of our brain doesn't think about ethics, right or wrong. It is only the basic principle is I want to remain happy. I want to get the pleasure. Okay. Then, so we have three parts of the brain, that is unconscious mind, pre-conscious mind, and the conscious mind. So unconscious minds contains all feelings, urges, instincts which are beyond our awareness, but it affect our expression, feeling or action. So many things are there which are hidden in our mind, in our unconscious mind, and we try, even if sometimes many times we know it and we try to hide it from the world. But when we are angry, when you lose your emotions, it comes out maybe as a slip of a tongue, or even if it doesn't come out when you are awake, it will definitely come out in your dreams. And all the wishes what you have, say for example you want something, that is because that urge is there at the back of our mind continuously. So you may try hard to you can say suppress it from the world, or to show that I'm a very good person, but every time it is always there with you like your shadow. So that will instigate your expression, your feelings, your emotion, your behavior, your actions, and everything else. Okay, and it constantly appears in our dreams. Our wishes, say you want to do something or you're scared of something, it always happens to come up, pop up in your mind again and again. Then the second part is pre-conscious mind. So pre-conscious minds are, it's like a data bank where you're storing the facts. Okay, this is my friend's name, this is my phone number, this is my Aadhaar card number, or this is my address, something like that. So the facts stored in that part of a brain, a data bank where all necessary documents are there. Here there is no feelings, there is only data which are not conscious but are available for possible use in future. So that is not that much important emotionally for us, but it is a data about, okay, where do I stay. I don't have to remind it, okay, but it's always there whenever it is needed. Then the conscious mind, the only level of mental activity which is directly available to us. Okay, the conscious mind means when we are awake, what we are doing. When we are awake, we are very much cautious about what we say, what we wear, where to go. Okay, so we are doing a lot of pretending work. So that is when we are awake in our senses. I mean, when I say awake, I am in my senses. It's not that when you are in some hangover. No. Conscious mind means that time where you feel you want everything should be perfect. Whatever wrong is going on in my mind, nobody comes to know. Okay, so that level of activity where you are aware, the thought process is happening, you know what is right and wrong. Okay, you are trying to balance your unconscious mind and the real world. So that is your conscious mind. Then as per Fred, this is our structure of personality. So we can see that it is like a big iceberg. It is submerged in water. I think you'll have seen the film Titanic. You know what is iceberg, right? A very famous classic English movie. So iceberg is what? A frozen water, which only may say 25% of it is above the water, and remaining 75% is within the water hidden. Okay, so whatever that 25% is visible, that is our conscious mind. Okay, the remaining part is our unconscious mind and our pre-conscious mind. So our personality, as per Fred, is made up of three parts: the id, ego, and superego. Okay, so broadly we can classify this diagram: the upper half as conscious mind and the lower half as unconscious mind. In that, only that part is which above the water, that is the white part, that is the conscious mind. Means that part when we are totally in our senses, we pretend or we know what is right and wrong. So there itself comes our ego. Okay, uh, then in an unconscious mind we have again two parts: super ego and id. Now what are these id, ego, super ego? We'll see what one by one. Okay, so id means the basic deterministic part of human brain. That is, it based on pleasure seeking principle and is always unconscious. It is not in our conscious part. Okay, you have seen the diagram above. It is in the lower part, the right side half of our brain. Okay, so infants are born with it intact. So when we are born, we don't know anything right, wrong, good, bad, pleasure. We know only that I'm hungry, I want to eat food. I'm sleepy, so I cry. I'm hungry, I will cry. I'm hurt, I will cry. I want something. So it is only want seeking principle. So when you are young, only one thing goes on is that is id component that operates on pleasure seeking principle. I want to gain all the pleasure in the world and avoid all the pain. It is driven by sexual and aggressive urge. Means it is a want satisfying. It doesn't know about ethics, right, wrong, good, bad. It wants, okay, it's very aggressive. I want it means I want it by hook or by crook. Say you have seen kids, okay, where you take them out somewhere. When I say kids, toddlers, 1 to 3 years, okay. So if they're seeing other kid or somebody eating an ice cream or chocolate, they will cry for it then and there. Okay, so if that kid, one more kid is around, even they will snatch it from them. So what is the basic principle? I want it by hook or crook. Okay, when I snatch, the other person is crying, I don't mind because I want that ice cream. That's it. Okay, so it is based on that principle, and infants have a strong thing because they hear good bad things are not installed in them. Then the second part, the ego, which is in the upper part of that iceberg in the conscious mind. It is the rational level of personality. It operates on reality principles. Means, okay, no doubt I want that ice cream, but is it right to snatch it from another kid? So you're doing logical thinking, you're doing reality checking. Okay, chalo, I can't snatch it. I can ask my parent to buy for me. Okay, so ego is something which is based on realistic principles. It doesn't want to hurt anybody. It thinks that, okay, this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, and I want to be good. I don't want to be a villain in eyes of somebody else. So it goes on doing logical thinking. No doubt I want that ice cream, but I will buy it. Or I may borrow it. I will ask that other kid to please give it to me, share it with me. So this is logical thinking. Just because I want it, I'm not snatching it from that kid. Okay. So it is a balance between the ego and superego. Okay. Now, what is superego? I didn't tell you that. Superego is, that Sant Mahatma type of our brain. Means it is telling you everything. Okay, this is not do. So you have seen in many, say, animations and cartoons and films that whenever you are in a dilemma, two souls appear. One is that Dracula and one is an angel. So that Dracula is that id, and that angel is our superego. So superego tells about all goody goody things, everything right, perfect, good. It is saying, नहीं मुझे चाहिए तो चाहिए बाकी भाड़ में जाने दो. Okay, so ego is a someone, a member which is balancing the urges of that Dracula as well as that angel. Okay, so somewhere, okay, मुझे चाहिए बराबर है, but I'm not going to snatch it. What will I do? I will buy it. I'll borrow it. Okay, so ego is that part of our brain which will do the balancing act. Why? Because superego is an angel, it is a Dracula, and something in between is very much necessary, and that part is done by ego. Okay, superego, I told you just now, it operates on moral principles. It knows that I should be good, I should do right things. I want to be a symbol of the people should follow me, like me. They should feel proud of me. All these things are there in superego, and it wants to be always perfect without any flaws. That's why I told you this is the angel part of our brain, and it will guide our conscious mind, that is ego, that not to follow the id. Okay, so this is the basic differentiation of our brain. So in our next class, we'll continue about further details of Sigmund Freud's theory of personality. It is very interesting theory, and it was one of the foremost, doctors who have cleared many problems of human brains. So in detail, in our coming classes, we will talk about it. So that's all for today. Hope you like it. Please feel free to share comment, give me your feedback. Any queries are always welcome. You can raise a query, so I will see to it that in my coming classes those queries will be handled effectively. Okay, good day. Thank you.